control, we have to recall three conditions required for combustion. There must be a combustible substance, number one. Number two, there must be a continuous supply of air or oxygen. Number three, the temperature should be above the ignition temperature of the combustible material. Remember, the temperature should be above the ignition temperature of the combustible material. To control the fire, we have to stop these conditions. Before control or stop fire, we must take precautions so that the relevant combustible substances not get heated up to its ignition temperature. Suppose after taking precautions, by chance, due to incident or accidentally, fire has been started, what will you do on this case? A fire that has been started can be extinguished by either cutting off the supply of air or by lowering the temperature of the combustible substance below its ignition temperature. Okay. For example, if clothes of a person catch fire, the person should be immediately wrapped in a blanket thick blanket to cut off the supply of air. The fire will stop. Cut off the supply of air. Okay. Another way to stop this fire: at first drop down, then roll down. Roll down on the ground. This will cut off the supply of air or oxygen and the fire will stop. Okay. Sand can be used to cut off the supply of air or oxygen in case of fire produced by kerosene or petrol. Where there is kerosene and petrol are the combustible substance, we used sand as fire extinguisher. Okay. In many cases, water used to control the fire. Why do we use water? Water can be poured over the burning materials to lower its temperature below its ignition temperature. That means water just work as to down its temperature as down as to below its ignition temperature. Okay. A fire caused by oil or gas needs to be extinguished by using carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. Carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. Okay. Incomplete combustion means waste of fuel and pollutes atmosphere. During incomplete combustion, a part of the unburned carbon passes into the atmosphere in the form of soot. During incomplete combustions, carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide is also formed. Carbon dioxide is one of the main reason of global warming, and carbon monoxide is a highly poisonous gas, causes respiratory problems. Okay. Flame defined as the region over which gases burn. When we burn a piece of paper or a wax candle a flame is produced. On observing the flame of a lighted candle, we find that it has three zones. The inner zone of unburned wax vapor. This is the middle zone of partial combustion luminous part, or this is the outermost zone complete combustion, that is non luminous part. Outermost zone is very hot and the middle zone is moderate hot and the inner zone is least hot. Now about innermost zone. This zone consists unburned wax vapor given off by the molten wax. Molten means a solid material which melt due to heat. It is the coldest part of the flame. Then middle zone or luminous zone. This zone partial combustion of wax takes place with the liberation of lot of energy. This energy partially decomposes the wax vapor into carbon particles. This zone of the flame is hotter than the dark inner zone. It is yellow in color. Next, outermost zone or non-luminous zone. It is a zone of complete combustion of wax vapor and carbon particles. The air from the sides of the flame mixes with the unburned wax vapor and carbon particles from the luminous zone and burns them completely to form carbon dioxide gas and water vapor. It is the hottest part of the flame. Inner zone consists of unburned wax vapor given off by the molten wax. For that, we can do this activity. Take a candle of medium size and fix it on a table. Light the candle. When the flame of the candle becomes steady, introduce a thin glass tube in the dark inner zone. Glass tube, dark inner zone introduced. What will you observe? Now the glass tube gas filled with greyish white vapors which starts coming out from the other end. Now bring the burning matchstick near the mouth of the tube. What will you observe? That the vapors catch fire and burn, producing flame like that of the candle. Now we can perform an activity to show that luminous zone of the candle flame contains unburned particles of carbon. Take a candle, fix it on a table, light the candle, introduce a clear glass slide into the luminous part of the flame. By holding it with a pair of tongs, hold the slide same position for about 40 seconds. This is the slide and hold it on the luminous part. What will you observe? A circular greyish black ring formed on the glass slide, which there is no deposition of middle of ring The black deposition is due to unburned particles in the luminous zone of the flame. The center of the ring does not have any carbon particles because this part was over the dark zone which does not have unburned carbon particles. Now we can perform an activity to show that the non-luminous, that is outer zone, is the hottest part of the candle flame. Hold a thin and long copper wire. Thin and long copper wire for about 30 seconds. We will notice that the copper wire gets red hot in the non-luminous, this is copper wire, and this is non-luminous area, red hot, become red hot in the non-luminous part of the flame. It just get only blackish. Where? Now in the luminous part of the candle. This observation shows that the outermost non-luminous zone of the flame is the hottest zone. This is the hottest zone.